Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, Chris, is today going to be all about baby talk? And the answer is no, not the entire day. But with any luck, our child will be making her first appearance on the internet live, her first live appearance. I guess she's already been seen online, posting pictures over the weekend as I became a dad, or a vader in Dutch. Vader, father, vada. Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody who was following the drama as it unfolded online over the weekend. I really do appreciate the support. I'm a little tired. Can you hear that? She was crying in the other room. She's in the middle of a feeding at this point. You have to do that every so often. Could very well be a diaper change. Not exactly sure. Hun, if she doesn't want to stop, don't stop her. I do not want this to come back and haunt me decades from now. You denied me a chance to feed, to show me it to the internet. We have 925 supernomies as of today, September 15th, 2014. And yes, the supernomies, as a matter of fact, over the weekend, were the first to discover the sex of baby Pirillo. That would be female, obviously, my daughter. And my daughter, I don't know, I don't think I could get used to saying that right now. It's a little new to me. And they were also the first to get an explanation as to my daughter's name and the reasoning behind it. I'll get to that in a second because it is kind of geeky. But thank you to the supernomies who have continued to support our endeavors to be able to do things like this. And now to spend a good amount of time with you talking about babies. No, you really, the supernomies help make sure that I'm sorry, I got to get out of that habit. Our child will be diapered. It's good it's diapers. That's what it is. Minecraft, probably the biggest news to hit over the weekend. It was a rumor, really, but today it's official. Minecraft is going to join Microsoft. This was an acquisition worth $2.5 billion. Billion. Wow. This isn't something where, oh, well, Microsoft owns it, now I'm going to start playing. No, I wouldn't even say that, because Minecraft's really not a playing thing. I will do my best to encourage my daughter to get into Minecraft and all sorts of video games. If she wants to, great. If not, well, fine, as long as she finds her happiness. So, big deal. And I think, more than anything, it seems to be a smart move for Microsoft, because they're buying, quite an amazing opportunity, really, as long as they don't drop the ball, as long as everything goes fine, and they continue to develop Minecraft, as it were, and retain that community feel, making and keeping everything that has made Minecraft what it was. Great community engagement, great support, and it was a lot of fun for the people that really enjoyed Minecraft. Notch will not be staying with Minecraft, though, or I guess what is it, Mojang? That's how it was pronounced to me by this damn Scotsman, that damn Scotsman, my Scotsman. It's not. He's not mine. I don't own a Scotsman at this point. Sorry, John. He was a father before me, as well as Alex, and it's kind of nice because he's a few months ahead, or they're a few months ahead of us. And I guess at this point, Diana's brought in baby Pirillo. So let me introduce the internet officially. I want to make it geeky too. Go figure. She just came home from the hospital today, and if you're not aware of the news, this is our first child. This is our first child. This is Jedi. And hey, are you bored already? Do you know me? Do you know my voice? So this is Mini Me. No, Jedi, and her name was derived from combining the first letters of the first names of the maternal units in our family. My mother's name is Judy. Diana's mother's name is Elia. Diana's name is Diana. Hey. Oh, no. Oh, hey. It's okay. Yeah. And, of course, this child is an individual. And fiercely independent at some point, I'm sure. You can decide what the I is at any time. It can change. You want it to be ice cream? No? Okay. Maybe so. You are your mother's daughter. I know. Jedi. that is how we came to Jedi. And it just so happens to be a Star Wars reference, too. Okay, I think Jedi's ready for mommy again.
I think she's hungry.
Oh, she is hungry. So the funny thing is, and I know you're thinking, oh, she's afraid of you. No, the funny thing is that, well, number one, she's hungry. But over the course of the weekend, when she was crying, every once in a while, she'd get past to me, and then as soon as I'd pick her up, she fell silent. So, all right, you can continue the feeding now that we've introduced the internet to our daughter. It's now official. We've now moved on. So another big stink that got raised. A lot of people thought that something bad was happening with their iTunes accounts. The idea at the last Apple presentation was that U2 would release an album for everybody who had an iTunes account. And suddenly this U2 album started showing up in people's accounts. And a lot of people didn't realize why this was happening. And they were really upset. They were like, did my account get compromised? Why do I have this U2 album? I didn't buy it. So it was a pretty dumb move on Apple's part. And I think they're catching a lot of flack for it. I'm sure the album is wonderful. I have not bothered to listen to it. It's free. I mean, I could listen to it at some point. But now, if you're looking for an official way of removing Songs of Innocence, this U2 album, from your iTunes account, Apple had to make a separate page on their website through iTunes. Well, you don't have to use iTunes. Well, or maybe you do have to use it directly. It's a web link you can click. And it should be a safe link because it redirects to buy.itunes.apple.com. You can remove that album from your account. And that's pretty neat. How you could remove an album you didn't ask for. Yikes, big time yikes. Apple has also announced record pre-orders for the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. They topped 4 million in the first 24 hours. That's a lot. 4 million. So there's going to be a lot of iPhone 6s running around. Now, I mentioned this last week when this graphic, cute graphic though it was floating around comparing the Nexus 4 to the iPhone 6, and I joked and I said, well, let's compare sales totals in another couple years. I don't know how many Nexus 4s were sold. I'll ask you that right now. Not first day. Let's just say in totality. 4 million possibly. I don't know. I don't have access to that number directly. I've been a little preoccupied at this moment, but it'd be an interesting comparison to make. In fact, that'd be the next. Someone needs to make this graphic now. First day sales of Nexus 4 versus first day sales of iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. That would be. Can someone do that for me out there? That we can spread that message throughout social, and I guarantee that would go equally as viral because there are a few people who like what Apple does with the iPhone who are a little more than frustrated when, well, of course, some people realize it's not always about the features, but it's about the implementation as well. Google has launched Android One smartphones, and they mentioned this the last Google I/O keynote presentation, for around $105 in India. It's not probably something for you if you're not in India, and if you've been fine with a flagship device and you have enough money, great. The phone that they've developed here is specifically for those who wouldn't necessarily have a lot of money to spend on a phone, or wouldn't necessarily be able to upgrade it every year, every other year, maybe even every 5 or 10 years. So Google has targeted the Android One campaign specifically in areas of this world that may not have ubiquitous access to the internet, or even the communication infrastructure that some of us may have kind of grown accustomed to at the level where we just expect to be online. They'll also be offering Android One in 7 local languages and offer offline YouTube playback, which is good again in an area of the world where you want to watch video, but wouldn't necessarily know if you're going to have connectivity at any given time. Do not expect, you might be able to get one if you really, really want one. Do not expect to get an Android One anytime soon. Not likely designed for anybody who listens to the videos that I create on a regular basis. Microsoft, kind of coming full circle, has announced Windows 9, or an event, sorry. Let me take that back. I got ahead of myself. Microsoft is announcing the Windows 9 event in San Francisco on September 30th. That'll be coming up in a few more days towards the end of the month. In fact, I'm about halfway through the broadcast where I need to be right now. This particular presentation should be in the process of being updated for the Supernomies who need the credit here as the credits roll through. I'm doing a somewhat truncated TLDR today because I'm not running on fumes, but I'm very, very, very tired right now, and it's going to take a while for me to get into that daddy groove. if you know where that daddy groove is, feel free to send some guidance. And I know a lot of the dads that I talk to, the answer is, well, good luck. That's really, because what are you gonna do? You gotta figure it out. The child gets a schedule, you get a schedule, you fall into a routine. A few months later, things change again. That's the way it goes. One of the final toys that I picked up as someone who wasn't a father. Lego has little small poly bags for City. This is part of the Arctic Circle, or I guess the Arctic Expedition series, or the Arctic series. Picked it up because it had a minifigure that I did not yet have. I don't really collect a lot of the sets as much as I like the minifigures. The minifigures to me are the most fun part of the whole Lego universe in a totality. I also found something. Oh, careful. Gotta be careful. Presentation there. Could not find the white prototype Boba Fett, unfortunately, the other day. Heard they're available in inventory in stores, but couldn't find one, so I settled for a sand trooper. I almost said snow trooper, but that's not a snow trooper. It's a sand trooper. It's kind of dirty there. He's got a different kind of makeup than the regular old stormtrooper, including a pauldron right there. I have one of these with my stormtrooper uniform as well, though I don't wear it all that often. This is a part of the Black Series 6-inch collection. Don't have all of them, but at one point in time, DorksideToys.com had sent me a few of them. Those are currently downstairs in our den, because I really had no other place for them, and I don't know if the bedroom was necessarily it. I think our bedroom's about to get decorated with all sorts of baby goodness and not so goodness. Pez Liz says, seeing Jedi just made my day, and kudos for Chris for doing a TLDR today. I'm a little tired. We also have John Prosser watching as well from Front Page Tech. And John's been quite instrumental in helping me carve out certain segments of TLDR into separate videos that I upload directly to Facebook outright. I wasn't sure if I was really going to upload those videos directly to YouTube, if only because TLDR is in its totality. It's a longer type of video, certainly broadcasted live, but not everybody really wants to sit around listening to a nerd talk for 20 minutes to a half hour based on that day's news. Yeah, honestly, there's been a few things that I knew I wanted to pay attention to, and to me, it's really the biggest story of them all is quite honestly the story of if I can get this web page loaded. Can I? Man, boy, everything crashed out. It's a story of Minecraft being acquired by Microsoft. It's always difficult when you have something that you've created and that you love and you've put out to the world, and the world responds in kind, and they love it just as much as you do, if not more. And the story of Minecraft, I would say, is a rare success. It's the exception, not the rule. And what was created wasn't so much a game. There's certainly game elements in Minecraft. It's a universe to explore and to expand and to connect within, that you can own your space, so to speak, in this virtual world of sorts, without getting tripped up in the latest quality graphics, gameplay, anything like that. It was a very simple experience, always has been, and I hope always will be. And it's not that Microsoft would ever listen to anything that I would have to say about just about anything, and I think that's obvious with some of the decisions they've made, despite some of the advice that I'd given. I think this is a good acquisition for Microsoft to make, so long as they don't mess with the formula. If it becomes Microsofty, if it becomes Xboxy, don't do that. Just keep it on its trajectory, and not just in a press release, not just, we're not going to do anything, it's going to be the same, we're going to keep rolling forward, it's just going to be from Microsoft. I hope that would happen, because if not, they've destroyed everything that's been valuable about Minecraft. If I had a prediction to make, I think most people, if nothing's done to cause notice, will continue to work well within the walls of Minecraft, the virtual walls of sorts, as long as it's not anything that's going to cause any dramatic disruption in terms of where they found joy and entertainment in Minecraft. I hesitate when I'm careful about saying playing Minecraft because it's more than just a classic video game. There's so many elements to it, and I think that's what's helped make it as successful as it has been. Now, will it become a has-been? I'm not going to prognosticate, but I would imagine that if there was a time for an alternative to rise, now would probably be the time you're going to see most people who don't like Microsoft or who are afraid of Minecraft's future jump platforms. And if enough key individuals from within the Minecraft community decide to do that, you're going to see a lot more people move to that alternative platform, whatever it happens to be. And I'm not going to draw any comparisons between Minecraft, Roblox, or any other type of game that would be considered Minecraft-esque. But it's something that I think everyone has to keep in mind when making decisions on what are you going to invest your time in. And that's really what it is. I mean, some people have invested years of their own lives, their personal lives, not just professional lives necessarily, personal lives in Minecraft, hosting servers or, just building these worlds, upselling various digital goods within Minecraft and what it's allowed. This is very, very, very precarious because I wouldn't say that, again, no experience or not a lot of experience with Minecraft, but I wouldn't say that Microsoft would necessarily screw it up so long as they keep those things in mind. Just don't screw it up. Don't mess with a good thing. And even when I had a conversation with Basher at Vlogger Fair a few weeks ago, he said that at one point Notch had changed, or a developer within the team had changed the sun to a circle, I guess, because it was a square, and some people got upset, and rightfully so. When you mess with something that is just inherently a part of your experience, you water it down, and you cause people to wonder, like, why do I like this so much? Or this is not really why. You don't understand. The person who's created or is guiding or curating this experience doesn't understand why the sun needs to be a square or a cube, since it's three-dimensional. I would go a step further and dovetail it with what happened with the Star Wars franchise with Lucas under his hand. Han didn't shoot first. It's really been a question after the special edition, and the problem with Han not shooting first in the cantina scene is very clear. Without that pivotal scene, you don't really see Han's character evolve and a transformation happen by the end of the first Star Wars movie. And Lucas just did. It's like, do you not understand the character that you built? Do you not understand what made that moment so special when it happened at the end of the movie? I mean, there's everything that led up to it, and it's just like he destroyed it in like one fell swoop. So I hope, at least for Disney now, taking over the Star Wars franchise, I would hope that Disney would take a long, hard look and not just placate the fans, but actually, if they have the rights to do it, release the Star Wars films in their entirety as they were originally seen on the screen. It wasn't the special effects that made Star Wars great, and it certainly isn't the special effects or the digital, top of the line, cutting edge, bleeding edge, everything that made Minecraft so great. And so yes, I just drew, I think, a very successful parallel between those two worlds. There's probably some amount of crossover in there, but I think my point stands. I hope Microsoft doesn't mess this up, but it is absolutely their game to mess up. And their track record for this kind of thing, I wouldn't say is amazing. It isn't horrible, but it's Microsoft. So I wish everybody well in relation to planning for your future, if you're going to go with Minecraft or not, if you're going to move on. I'd be curious to know your perspective if you are someone who has spent a fair amount of time in Minecraft. Maybe you have your own channel or you do your own videos, whatever it happens to be. Please let me know because I am curious to know your perspective as someone who's a part of my community, even though I toyed around with getting into Minecraft. Now I'm going to see what the community says after a few months, and then maybe jump into it on something like a PS4 or an Xbox One and just do Twitch through that. It's just cleaner. I know the console is not a PC, but I'm fine with that. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and leave everybody to their own devices. As I said, I'm really... Oh, that's the end of my video. Sorry. Okay, let me try that again. Thanks again, everybody, for your support in understanding that today's broadcast is a little shorter. I am going to be doing another live Q&A with you and me, the type of product I might want a big company to do. This was a question asked by someone out there. That's our dedicated Q&A with you and me. I'll be doing that live on the YouTubes at the scheduled time. I might try to catch a quick nap, though, or at least lay down for a little while, because I'm just a little tired. This is water, by the way, water. Maybe I need to make a better cup of coffee. The coffee there, they had an espresso machine at the hospital, and it was great. It was complimentary, but I'm glad it was complimentary. Thanks again for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, watching even more of our videos right now, and of course, joining us on this daily journey as we move forward with a child in our life. Thank you for being you, and I hope you have a good day. And if I don't see you tomorrow, hope you have a good rest of your week, but I hope to see you tomorrow. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.